Hey, what's going on, bitches and hoes? Felt like talking about more shit. So here's what happened. Well, apparently I got in touch with another old friend from the second grade because I was on Failbook, and I'll tell you in a minute why I call it Failbook, because it's the biggest sack of shit I've ever used in my life. But something funny happened. Basically, after I started talking to one of my old friends on Failbook, literally right after he gave me his number, my account got banned for no fucking reason. What the hell's up with that? And like a few days later, I tried making another account, and I was immediately banned again. What the fuck? But I'm not really missing out on much. If anything, that's probably a warning saying like, hey, you probably shouldn't be using these shitty social media sites anyway, because it's bullshit. Like, I feel like the only reason Failbook even exists at that point is because it's just a clusterfuck of privacy issues. They just hoard everyone's privacy information and sell it off to third parties to make a buck. But that's why I never put any real information on that kind of thing. I just make like troll accounts. Like, I'll just put like Nick Maid or something as a name or whatever. Like, I'm not giving you my real damn name and all my personal information. Screw you. So if you want to delete my account for basically just having a blank profile and having like a random last name, then that's not my problem. I hate Failbook anyway. But anyway, I started talking to him, and he just randomly called me at 3 a.m, and he ended up talking and like yapping on the phone for like 3 straight hours. I didn't finally get to fucking go to sleep until like 6:30 in the morning because he was drunk. He was fucking drunk, calling me at 3 a.m, wanting to talk about all of our childhood memories and all the chaos that we got into. And he was telling me like, apparently he had COVID and he didn't even know about it, because when he went to the doctor, they found that he had COVID antibodies. So he had COVID and he didn't even know about it. Like, I guess he was one of those people that didn't have any symptoms. He was a carrier, but he didn't even know that he had it. That is crazy. But another thing is, he was like bugging me to hang out again. And I'm like, I'm not hanging out with anyone. I haven't hung out with anyone since this pandemic started. I've been quarantining myself since even before the pandemic started, because I was getting so damn sick from my gut problems. I didn't even know what the hell my problem was. So I was just staying at home and I was just like living off my savings because I was so sick I couldn't even work anymore. The hell is that? Anyway, back to what I was saying. I've been quarantining myself since before the pandemic even started. Like, I was quarantining since like the end of December, I think, or sometime in December. I was like just staying at home because I was too exhausted and I felt too crappy to do anything. And then the pandemic apparently was officially declared a pandemic sometime in March, even though I was already wearing a mask in February because I had a cold back then. And I don't know if that was COVID or if it was just a cold, because my friend from second grade is one of the first people I've known, because like almost everyone I've known so far has had COVID. And only one of those people has said that it just felt like they had a cold. But now we have 2 people that apparently were not affected by this virus. This is the second person that I've personally known. And he was just not fazed by it at all. He didn't even know that he had it. That was weird. So either way, he was just like bugging me hardcore to hang out. He was like, if you want me to take a COVID test and it's negative and I can wear gloves and like slide it under your door just to show you that I don't have COVID, so we can hang out and go shooting and drink beer or something, then I'll do that. I'll go take a damn COVID test. And I don't trust it. I don't trust anything. These stupid COVID tests are kind of faulty. Like, I don't even know if they work. Not to mention, like, he kept saying, like, he already has COVID. He's immune. Like, he's not going to get me sick. And it's like, it doesn't work that way, you stupid oaf. You don't understand. Just because you're immune doesn't mean that you can't transmit the virus to someone else. If you're exposed to the virus and it doesn't affect you because you're already immune, or it just doesn't affect you in general because you're just one of those asymptomatic people that doesn't show symptoms, that doesn't matter. Like, sure, you're safe, but am I safe? Maybe not, because if you are exposed to the virus and you have the COVID, but you don't know about it, you could be transmitting it to me and not even know about it. And then a couple days later, I'm gonna wake up coughing and gasping for air, and I'm gonna die. I've already known people that have died from this shit, and I'm so used to this lifestyle at this point. I'm not gonna quit now. I've been quarantining and avoiding people since this all started. I have not hung out with anyone. I think I hung out with my neighbor one time back in September. We went for a bike ride, and I was still staying like 10 feet away from him, even though his job makes him take a COVID test every 2 weeks just to make sure he doesn't have it, and he's never tested positive for COVID. But I still stayed like at least 10 feet away from him the whole time we were riding bikes around anyway. I don't trust it. This is crazy contagious. Crazy. It's crazy contagious. Coronavirus has caused the common cold. You know how contagious the common cold is? Not to mention that those 2 new strains of COVID are circulating in America now. They're even more contagious. They're not more deadly, but they're more contagious. And now people are recommending to wear 2 masks. What the hell? How about just wear 1 mask, because that's just wasteful at this point, and get a face shield? That's what I've been doing, and I haven't gotten it yet. Or maybe I got COVID back in February and I didn't even know about it. I just thought I had a cold, and that cold lasted like 5 days. I don't normally get sick, but ever since I started having to take this stupid gut medicine to treat my gut problems, it's weakened my immune system and I have to be on it forever. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Damn it. Like, I haven't seen him in like almost 8 years. The last time I remember seeing him was back in like 2013 when I first moved into my apartments, and he picked me up, and I don't even remember where we went. I think we were just like driving around, but I haven't seen him since like 2013. He even brought that up. He was like, dude, I haven't seen you in like 8 years. Like, and I was like, yeah, go figure, because like a couple of years ago I was trying to talk to you and you were like doing drugs and shit, and I was wanting to hang out, but you kept flaking out. And then later on I talked to one of my high school chick friends, and she said that you were overdosing on something, and we haven't heard from you since, so I thought you were dead. But basically, he ended up telling me the story of why he just kind of disappeared, because he was with this crazy bitch that was apparently, well, crazy. That's crazy. But she was like forcing him to like overdose on drugs and shit. And I guess that's when he called up one of my high school chick friends, and he was like freaking out, saying like, I think I'm overdosing on this shit, I'm gonna die. And then we haven't heard from him since. Like, apparently that was the last time she heard from him. And the last time I talked to him, I ended up cussing him out because he was being annoying, because he wasn't talking, and he kept saying that we were gonna hang out, and then he would just like disappear and not say anything for no reason. And when I get pissed off, I let you know that I'm pissed off. I have the biggest mouth ever. But then like 2 or 3 years later, I found him again, and then we started talking, and that's when he ended up like calling me, and he was fucking drunk, fucking calling me at 3 in the morning, and then he just started yapping for like the next 3 hours about like all of the childhood bullshit that we got into, because we got into so much trouble when we were stupid kids and teenagers. We got involved with the police so much when we were kids. We got in so much trouble. We did so much stupid shit. We were getting drunk all the time. It just brought back so many memories. It was just like 3 hours of non-stop memory lane with my 2nd grade friend. And he was just like bugging me hardcore to hang out and get drunk and go shooting out in the middle of the desert. And it's just so tempting to do that, because we used to do that kind of stuff all the time. We used to always go riding quads around, ride bicycles around. We would like sneak into places. We'd sneak into the movies. We'd sneak into the pool, and we just like run across the mats that they had on the pool and see how far we can run across the pool before the mats would sink and we'd fall into the pool. And then we just like sit in the pool fucking drunk and laughing our asses off. Those were some good times. Oh, I miss those days. And those days are gonna make a comeback. I'm telling you, those days are gonna make a comeback. They really are. Because the Rona is almost over. It's gonna be over soon. How soon? I really don't know. But this isn't gonna be going on much longer. Knowing that the vaccination rate is going crazy right now. We're giving like almost 2 million people the shots every day. At this rate, we may reach a very high level of immunity to this virus by the summer. I'm guessing sometime by the summer, this virus is like the infection of this virus is going to be so low that it's not really going to be much of a threat anymore. Because probably sometime by like around April, I'm guessing around April, the vaccines are going to be widely available to anyone who wants to get one. So at that point, I'm thinking by no later than summer that we're going to have this level of immunity to where this virus may not really be much worse than a cold. Because a lot of people that catch this, they don't even know that they have it, or it just feels like a cold to them anyway. So basically anyone that's left that still isn't immune to this stupid virus by then, they'll either get it and get sick, or they'll get it and they won't even know they had it. Yeah, this is gonna be over real soon. I can't wait until this is over, because then I'm gonna go to Kansas and I'm gonna spank Nathan's ass so much that his ass is gonna turn bright red like a tomato.